Welcome back to McNulty's Book Corral. Today we're going to cover Erich Maria Remarque, best known as the author of All Quiet on the Western Front. But today I'm covering one of my favorite novels of his, Shadows in Paradise, and I believe this was his last book, at least the last one published in the United States. It may be the last one published in Germany too. This is I have to check out my notes. This was published in the United States in 1971, and I believe this was a translation. Yes, it was translated by Ralph Mannheim and Harcourt Brace Jovanovich out of New York in 1971. Shadows in Paradise. Let's first, before we talk about the plot, which is fascinating, this is a really good drama. This is a great book. Take a look at the cover. Here's a scan coming up magically. Poof. Just like that. I have a little scan coming up here. This is a photograph from Central Park. And looking at the towers here, these are the apartment buildings. I forget the name of this. These have been there forever. And just down here a little bit, you can see the Dakota building. And we all know what that's famous for. It's famous for a lot of things, but unfortunately, more specifically, the death of John Lennon. And you can see just a glimmer of it here. Shadows in Paradise. This is a really fascinating drama. I really love this book. It's about Robert Ross, who is It's about Robert Ross, who escaped from Germany. He was a journalist who escaped the Holocaust. He hates the Nazis, and he gets to the United States, and he's living in New York, and he considers this a paradise, compared to what was going on with Nazi Germany. New York is a paradise for them, but there are shadows in paradise, which is the past, which is the ramifications of Nazi Germany's actions, Hitler's actions in the war, on the survivors living in New York, trying to make a new life in this paradise, this land of the free, and so forth, and the things that they have to go through with immigration, and trying to find work and make a living, and dealing with these raw emotions that they had from getting out of Germany, being survivors. It's a reminder that not all Germans were Nazis, and not all Germans supported those fascist inclinations of Hitler. Just as I'm sure there are people in Russia today who don't support Vladimir Putin, who is just like Hitler. A little social commentary there, to see you know how I feel about Mr. Putin and his dishonorable army. This book really goes into a lot of detail about Ross trying to make a living, and dealing with the art community, the arts community, perhaps is better put that way, and his romantic entanglement. There's actually a very, I thought for the time, a very explicit sex scene in this book, which took me by surprise. I've not read everything that Remarque wrote, but I've read several others, including, of course, All Quiet on the Western Front. And he was a great writer. Here, by the way, here's a great picture of him on the back. This book, like many other books from this period set in New York, contemporary novels, make reference to the Blue Ribbon, which if you're a Mickey Spillane fan, you know that Mickey Spillane and Mike Hammer both hung out at the Blue Ribbon. So did Remarque with his wife. And he would go to the Blue Ribbon with his wife, the actress Paulette Goddard, and they were together for many, many years. Anyways, the Blue Ribbon is mentioned several times. They go to the Blue Ribbon. This was at once a hot spot. By the way, the Blue Ribbon is long gone. It is no longer there. When you do a Google Earth search of it, I think it's a sushi shop or an Asian shop of some type. Anyways, if you are interested in modern lit and great writers, especially those who wrote classics such as All Quiet on the Western Front, Shadows in Paradise is a book that I think that would do you well to seek out and read. I find this story fascinating. The internal conflict after the external conflict of escaping from Germany and trying to make it a go in paradise is just riveting. It's really riveting, really heartfelt book. I think it's his best book. For me, it's his best book. And I'm not taking anything away from All Quiet on the Western Front. This is just, his best book for me. Interesting man. Obviously an interesting man who had a lot to say in his novels and so forth. So that's my pick of the week. Here, Shadows in Paradise, a contemporary classic from Erich Remarque. Stay well, stay happy, feed your brain, read a book, and I'll see you again along the dusty trail.